So now that we've started, where do we go from here? Well, let's start with a recap. So we started this entire process with a word processor. We have the name for computer program, and we work with our teacher, our clients, our project managers, whatever, to find out exactly what this computer program does. This step takes a bit of time to understand exactly how it works, because there's no way you're gonna make a computer program work, or you're gonna develop something to solve a problem if you don't first understand what you have to do. So once we understand and what we're going to do, the next step is to map out using UML, Unified Modeling Language, how the program is going to work. So in here, in our drawing pad, what we've done is I've drawn out exactly how I want the classes to work. I have 4 classes, and I have one class here called Account Business, Account Bus, which is inherited. Account Bus is a sub or a child class, and inherits all the fields and properties and functions and behaviors and methods of the super or the parent class, which is account. Okay. Now in this UML diagram, I could also name my classes. I could name my fields. Okay, and I can name my methods and behaviors. All right. And the nice thing about UML is I could see how everything is laid out. I could see everything at once, and it's here where I can make sure my naming conventions, the names I've chosen for the fields, are all consistent. Okay, for example, I don't have like name F for first name and last name, for the last name. So I want to keep everything consistent, and it's just a nice way to deal with things. All right. So once I put some thought into how the program is going to come together, then I jump into Java, jump into Eclipse. I create my program, I create my package, and I create my 4 classes. Okay, as I've outlined in here. Okay. So now what we're going to do is again, we come back to the question of how do we get started. So what we're going to do is we're going to get started by having a closer look at what the object is. So I'm actually going to draw it out for you. So the object is definitely going to be an account. Okay. So again, looking at my this is the bank account management, or financial account management program, and my object is going to be my client. Okay, or an account. So let's draw what it's going to look like. So what I have here is I have a person. I have a client. Okay, this is my object. This is a client. This is an account. A client with a lightsaber. Now what I want to do is I want to describe my object using fields or properties. So let's describe this object. Okay, so this object is going to have a name. Okay, I'm going to call this one G1. All right, this object is going to have G1 is an object name. This person is going to have a first name. This person is going to have a last name. Okay, and this account or person will also have a balance. Okay, I mean, we could go on. The person is going to have an address, is going to have a balance, or a bank account number, is going to have a social insurance number and all that. But let's just keep it simple, right? So very simply, these fields here, G1, first name, last name, and balance. Okay, these fields or properties describe this object. I can have a second object here. Okay, and here is little Darth Vader with his lightsaber. And I'm going to describe this object. Okay, so this object is going to have a name of D1, Darth Vader. Okay, and it's going to have a first name, Darth, last name, Vader. Okay, and it's going to have a balance as well. All right. So here I have 2 simple objects, and I have the fields and properties to describe each object. So my computer program needs to do the same thing. Now I'm going to jump back to here. Now let's not worry about the business clients for now. We'll deal with that later. Okay. So in the meantime, let's keep on dealing with this. So my computer program, it needs to also be able to, the program that I am developing also needs to be able to create these objects and describe them as I've done here. This is nothing new. If you look back at the UML diagrams, all right, I already know that I need to create an account with first name, last name, and balance. So let's do that right now. So inside of Java, I'm going to go to my account class, because this is the class that's going to create my clients or accounts objects. You might want to rewind that and listen to it about 10 more times. All right. So this is where I describe which properties or fields are going to describe my client or account object. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go public. Okay, I'm going to go public string name F, public string name L, public float val equals 0, and I'll explain this in a second. So another thing I want to do is I want to comment right away. So these are my fields, properties, variables, whatever, variables that my object. Okay, so let me just explain what you're reading here. So this is the, you notice that we've described them as part of the class, right? So let's take a look at this line here. Okay, so I am creating, I'm making exist or creating a variable called name F. You notice a naming convention here. The first word is all lowercase. The first letter of the second word is uppercase, a very common naming convention. This variable name F, which is the name that I chose, is of type string. String is the data type of this variable or property or field. The visibility state is public. What that basically means is this variable is able to be accessed and used from any other class. Okay, that includes this class. That's going to change later. That's the same for this one here. And I didn't choose these name F and name L out of randomly. These are the names I've actually chosen when I designed my UML diagrams. When I looked at my whole program and decided that yes, this is a naming convention, or this is how I want to name my variables. Okay, and this now let's take a look at this line here. Okay, balance is the variable property or field names is called bal, and I set it to the initial value of 0. Okay, so this little operator here, equal sign, you've seen it before, obviously. This is an assignment operator. So I'm assigning balance the value of 0. This is this variable or field or property bal is of a data type float. A float is a it's a decimal, any number with a decimal. Okay, and it is of a visibility type public, which means I can view it in any of these classes here. Okay, so that's basically what that's what we're doing here.